What's up, nerds? Welcome to Endgame. I'm Hoops4, and this is Retro Review, a brand new series where I play a retro game to let you know if it's still worth your time in this day and age. And for our first episode, well, as we all know, Hogwarts Legacy has made a splash recently, and is touted as the best video game made in the Wizarding World universe. And with that, we are going all the way back to 2001, a wild 22 years ago, to the very first Harry Potter video game, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now, this game was actually developed by 5 different teams for 5 different platforms, that is PC, Mac, PlayStation, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance, so experience and gameplay may vary depending on your version. For this, it'll be on the PlayStation. So without further ado, let's enter gaming. Enter gaming. When you first look at Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, you may think, wow, that looks terrible. And yeah, I agree. The character models and voice acting are pretty atrocious. For instance, let's meet some of the characters. So, while the graphics are not great, obviously, and have aged more like milk that's been in the sun since the game's 2001 release, there is actually a decent amount to enjoy other than that. First of all, we can appreciate that they really went and made a game in the first place. Video games were still an unconventional idea at the time, so the fact that we can still enjoy the creation 22 years later is a feat in itself. As far as gameplay goes, it is, at least on PlayStation and PC, a light platforming and puzzle game with a very small amount of combat. Mostly you play as Harry through his first year. You meet the most critical characters and go about life from class to class and so on. The castle is a small and manageable size, and the game sticks to source material a good amount of the time. It does go off the rails a tad to create a game out of the story, because let's face it, there aren't really too many memorable moments in the first book that warrant playing through in a game. The gameplay is fine, and it's nothing special. It hasn't aged particularly well, but doesn't stink nearly as bad as the graphics. Outside of a couple of sore spots that left me frustrated, it was a mostly streamlined, enjoyable, and easygoing experience. I must throw in this warning though, beware of Gringotts. I spent more time on the stupid tracks in there than nearly the whole rest of the game. If you have played the game, let me know down in the comments if you had a similar experience. Because honestly, it took me an embarrassing number of attempts, and the controls for that section is pretty close to a crime against humanity. Otherwise, I honestly enjoyed my time with the game, and I finished it a bit shy of 5 hours. The rest of the puzzles and minigames are manageable and fun, albeit on the easy side, but that's okay considering the younger target audience. None of it stopped my enjoyment, or the overwhelming nostalgia I felt while playing. I enjoyed seeing the memorable characters, no matter how poor they looked, and collecting every flavored bean as I went about my way. While it isn't the most enjoyable part of the game to me, it is worth mentioning that there is Quidditch. And at least they made an attempt. Even our lovely Hogwarts Legacy neglected that. So, I think this game gets a few extra brownie points. And now, to answer the all-important question, is this game even worth your time? Or is it only good for looking pretty in your collection? So, I'm gonna say yes. Give it a play. Maybe not jump into the front of your backlog, but if you have some time to kill and need an easygoing game to get the nostalgia juices flowing, then by all means, give it a try. I personally have no regrets on the time I spent with this game, and the extra appreciation it gives me for Hogwarts Legacy and how far games have come in the last 2 decades, it's worth the time. It really is. Thank you guys for watching. Leave me your suggestions on what retro games I should review next, and be sure to subscribe for more content. See you, nerds. Peace. Thank you for watching, right here on Endgame. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content.